friends from the comic book and manga world. My name is G,
And I'm Hector.
and we're here to talk about the February 10th FOC Hector and I. We work for Manga Random House. The titles that we'll talk about are those that we sell around the world. Aside from this YouTube channel, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and on X at PRH International Comics, where we'll post our updates and news on the channel. So definitely check us out on there. And we'll go ahead and get started here on our picks for this week. And first up is Hector.
Yes. Hi. And this is Who Are the Power Pals #1. This is cover A by Rafat, who's also the illustrator of this book, and it's written by Dwayne Murray. This is from Dark Horse. And just a little bit about this book. If you don't know, this is about these two guys that you see here on the cover, who play superheroes in a 90s show called, and their characters are Swallow and Buzzard. And they're doing great. Uh, but nobody's really heard of them. They didn't do so well, so they got canceled. So they decided to just dress up, go out on a uh, Hollywood strip, and just like walk around in costumes. And then all of a sudden, they see an altercation, they get involved, and they save some tourists from some people trying to con them on the street. So they get um, obviously they get a lot of buzz about it, and they decided that there's a video and it goes viral, and obviously they decided, oh, this is kind of cool. Let's go ahead and do this for a living. Let's just keep going. And of course, as it happens in these situations, they're trying to do good deeds, but they get into a lot of trouble, especially when they get in the way of a crime boss in the area. So it is gonna be something very funny, very quirky, but also there's promises of very cool action. Obviously, comparisons to like Kick-Ass and things like that, um, but with a little bit of a twist. And the cover, I mean, the cover is very iconic. You see the Hollywood sign in the background. You kind of see them coming up an alley trying to change their clothes into their superhero clothes with their poster in the back, sort of reminiscent the high flying action. It's kind of a reminiscent to the Robin, um, the Flying Grayson poster, but also there's a flyer for got a pet that can do cool things. Contact so and so. So it kind of shows you kind of the quirkiness of this. The art, obviously by the cover you can tell it's going to be very cool. If you don't know Ahmed Rafat's art, you should go check him out. Not his other books, but also online. You will see a lot of very amazing art. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. I love it. Oh, and there's mentioned there's going to be a lot of 90s references. So for sure, I am looking forward to that. There's going to be a lot of 90s nostalgia references in there. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so Amar Rafat, if you don't know, he is UK based, but he's from Egypt. And this is going to be a 4 issue miniseries. There you go.
Next up is my pick, Alien Paradiso, issue number 4. This is from Fabrizio de Tomaso variant. I apologize for my American accent. But I did my best. And this is issue number 4 out of a 5 issue limited series. As the title suggests, or the subtitle suggests, this we have xenomorphs basically feasting at a luxury resort, and vacationers who seem like they would be innocent, but they are far from it. And what I like about these covers is like they'll show like the perspective of these xenomorphs, basically targeting these people in like everyday landscapes that is uh, interrupted by
Hmm.
horror, which you'll see here, where like people are just driving down and bicycling, like a delivery person, just like casually going about their
Yeah.
way. But then you have this horrific xenomorph just uh, latching onto the hood of a car, and I just really, really like the art here. The facial expressions are beautiful. If you take a look at the social media of the creator and see this, like, I mean, this is nice, but also if you see the original, it's very beautiful the way that it's painted and everything, because they posted it up on social media too. So I was just very much drawn to this cover and had to mention it.
Yeah. Very cool. And we continue from one monster in the cover to another one. This is Star Wars Legacy of Vader #2. This is the David Lopez variant. This is a 1 in 25 ratio variant. This is a series written by Charles Soule, who like super Star Wars writer, and illustrated by Luke Ross, also very well known in the Star Wars world. And obviously, like I mentioned, David Lopez doing the cover, and you can see Kylo Ren. Obviously, this is deals with Kylo Ren and the legacy of Anakin Skywalker, and the book takes him back to his grandfather's homeworld of Tatooine, and you can see him here, sort of a superhero jump with his lightsaber towards the Rancor kind of fighting, which is very typical of what you would encounter in Tatooine. Um, Very beautiful as always from David Lopez. I love that the background and the colors are very grounded uh, because you are in Tatooine, you're on in a sand planet, a desert planet, but you also so it makes it even the black of Kylo Ren's clothes and mask sort of stand out more, but especially the red of the lightsaber, and I love that you have the reflection of the red lightsaber on the Ranker's face too. So I love how he played with all of that with such a very basic background, but it says a lot and it makes everything the figures stand out even more. Um, and he put a lot of details on the both characters. Very cool. There you go.
All right, my next pick, again with vacationers.
Yeah.
This time we take Peter, MJ, and the kids are going on this family vacation. But unfortunately, nowhere is really safe. Can you really have vacation? No. This is for Ultimate Spider-Man issue 15. This is the Rian Gonzalez variant. They're doing their best. Love it. I just love Peter in the center there doing uh getting started on the tea party.
And then
uh
unicorn tea party,
Unicorn tea
unicorn
party.
teddy bear tea party.
So I just
Very
thought it was
cool.
really cool. So
Yep, very awesome. And another one that could be either a monster or a vacation, however you want to see it. But if you're vacationing in Tokyo, maybe. This is in Japan. I mean, this is Godzilla versus Fantastic Four. Although I guess this is if it's because it's Fantastic Four, it's not really in Japan. This is the number one. Godzilla versus Fantastic Four #1. This is Nick Bradshaw Monster Homage variant. This is written by Ryan North and illustrated by John Romita Jr. This is the first of a series of Godzilla versus Marvel characters that are coming out. The other ones were recently announced, and there are covers, 8 covers for them out there for Godzilla versus Hulk, Godzilla versus Spider-Man, Godzilla versus X-Men. I believe there's gonna be more, and I think it. I mean, I'm hoping at the end it's gonna be like Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe or something like that. There's a lot of Godzilla this year, both from Marvel and from IDW coming. We continue celebrating the big guy in a big way. So, and this cover, it's an homage because it's sort of an homage to that old Japanese art, and you see Godzilla doing what he does best, just stomping on people, crunching things with his huge hands, and people screaming, "Run for your lives!" and everybody just scrambling on the ground. Very, very cool. I love also they have in the corner sort of they put Godzilla, the character, sort of like the character like they do in classic comics. And yeah, looking forward to this one. Looking forward to the series, but obviously check out all the covers for these because they're amazing, and it's obviously a lot of big names are jumping in doing art for all of these Godzilla versus comics.
Right, next up is The Exorcism at 1600 pen issue 4. This is the cover A with Del Rey on the art, cover art. We have President Kelly, who has seen the devil, as shown sort of uh, etched on the cover here. She's trying to save her daughter from this possessed demon called the Purifier, and she needs to secure an exorcist from the Vatican as soon as possible to help with that situation. There's other things going on, like nuclear threat that is looming. Her advisors putting her on pressure to strike. Um, in every shadow, there's like um, other things that are going on, like the articles of impeachment that have been drafted and so forth. So everything has fallen into chaos. And speaking of fallen, I do like cover image here as we see fallen humans sort of tumbling out of. Like, I love how the building is just like, it's almost like paper, like, right, being like
I
crumpled
know
and
he's almost
crushed.
holding it like he's cracking an egg or something.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Yeah,
just easily how easily the humans are tumbling out. I just really, really like the cover.
yeah, and they're in suits, so you can tell they're like politicians or people inside. What would you find inside the White House, of course?
Hmm.
Awesome.
Right. And as for the news for this week, this is coming out of Inklore. We have The Knight and Her Emperor. This is not the final cover, but this is adapted. This is actually going to be manhwa adaptation for the first time in English, and it's the adaptation manhwa adaptation of the web novel, I should say. So what this is about, we have this kingdom where war is erupting, and this terrible man sees this war as an opportunity to send off his least loved daughter, Pollyanna, who to fight in the family name. It's just basically a way for him to send his daughter to like go to basically die unnoticed, unfortunately. So he's hoping for her to meet her end. But in the enemy kingdom, Acria, we had this newly crowned king, Luxos, who plans to utilize the war for his own plans, which is to achieve his vision of a unified continent. So he captures the daughter, Pollyanna, and Luxos orders her executed, but he finds that like she's putting his knights to shame because she has showcased her talent as a fighter and a strategist as well. So it's kind of a waste to execute someone who have so much like potential and skill. And so he's basically seeing this as a chance to make both of their like agendas come true. So like have mutual interests at hand. And so Pollyanna and Luxos vow to work together to establish peace, to build a grand empire. But what happens when this young king realizes battle after battle that this knight has also conquered his heart? So, this volume one collects the episodes 1 to 18 of the webcomic of the same name, obviously, The Knight and Her Empire. So,
Mhm.
very much looking forward to this. Fans everywhere going crazy with this announcement. So, had to mention it here as well.
Great.
And that's it for our picks and announcements for this week. Thank you all for joining us. As always, come back next week for more and comment down below on what you are interested in picking up for this FOC. And that's it for today. Bye, everyone.
Bye.